Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
From the 42nd Annual Houston Auto Show, it's a bonus hour of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
Yay!
Lucky you. Coming up, we got another guest from today's new car show, along with a few surprises. And we're also going to have a guest from Mazda talk to us.
What?
And at the bottom of the hour, Rochelle Salinas with the Houston Automobile Dealers Association joins us to give you a preview of what you can expect when you come out to the show, either this afternoon or tomorrow. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. And our chief engineer and bottle washer, David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us today here inside NRG Center. And by the way, not only is the car show going on here, got the boat show going on down there, and then later on, we got the monster truck show over at NRG Stadium. It's a car-filled day.
Automotive happening.
Yeah. So who's our guest, Mr. Mars?
This is Mr. Britton Smith with Mazda. He's actually with Jeff Haas Mazda here in town.
Very good.
So, but he knows everything there is to know about what Mazda's got here at this show.
Alrighty.
He told me he
Jeff
did.
Haas Mazda has been around since the beginning of Mazda, which was born, I think, in 1900.
Correct. Yes. Haas just himself.
Yeah.
But you don't look that old.
Where is Jeff Haas Mazda?
We are off of I-10 and Barker Cypress over near Katy.
I know exactly where you are.
That's
So
right.
that's
Little
sort
hop
of
and
like an
skip.
automobile row of I-10.
Well, there's that, and there's also, he's just south of West Houston Airport.
Yeah.
Right there by Barker Reservoir. I know all that.
So when you get off your plane, you come right to the dealership.
There
you
go.
Fly
or
in,
we
drive
can just
out.
fly right into the dealership.
Fly
Right
in,
there.
drive out.
That's
We got a
it.
little landing strip in the back.
Why
Yeah.
didn't I think of that?
Is your first name Britton?
Correct. Like the country, just spelled a little differently.
Interesting. So what were your parents thinking?
Well, my parents were thinking, well, how are we going to honor my grandmother? And they were like, well, that's her last name, so let's make it his first name.
Oh, wonderful. There you go.
All right.
There you go.
I love it. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
It's very unique. I don't know. I've never met a Britton before.
And hopefully the last time. I'm just kidding.
So, yeah. So when you were going through school, did the kids make fun of you or anything?
Always the question I got was, are you really from Britain? And I would always fake a British accent. Yes, of course I am.
So when you were learning about Britain in school, did they all look at you?
I don't know why, but every time they were like, oh, and we have the namesake here. Like,
That's it.
do I look like? I'm just
Yeah. So how long have you been with Jeff Haas?
I've been with Jeff Haas for almost 2 years now, but I've been a Mazda enthusiast since, oh my gosh.
Dirt.
Since Dirt.
Yeah. Well, from time to time, we get to drive new Mazdas in the press fleet, and there aren't as many Mazdas in the press fleet as we'd like, actually.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with you or us. It has to do with Mazda putting vehicles in the press fleet for us to drive. Why everybody doesn't do that, because it's free advertising you can't buy. So
Exactly.
But I don't know. I'm not in charge of anything and don't want to be.
What Mazdas have y'all driven?
Oh, God.
Bunches.
Well, I'll tell you what.
How much time do we got?
Let's turn it around on you, and let's name the models of Mazda that there are.
Let's do it.
Start from the bottom, the entry-level Mazda.
All right, the entry-level Mazda is going to be our Mazda 3 sedan and hatchback, which I am actually a current owner of. Then you go
Which one?
The hatchback.
Okay.
Of course, practicality.
Yep. All right.
65-inch TV, German Shepherd, across the country, easy.
Got it. Yes.
All right. The next ones are going to be the SUVs. Starting from the bottom, we have the Mazda CX-30, our subcompact SUV.
Yep.
Then you're going to have the Mazda CX-5, right? That's Mazda's bread and butter, best-selling vehicle to date worldwide.
Yep.
And then next is going to be the all-new for 2023, the CX-50, which I was also an owner of as well.
Isn't the 5 going away?
It is not going away. The CX-5 and CX-50 are going to sell alongside each other.
Redesign?
And you may see something online if you
That's what
type
it
in
is.
2026 CX-5 maybe.
Gotcha. Yes.
Can't say too much.
Because they are different, and because of the popularity of the CX-5, they're hanging on to it.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is
Okay,
correct.
go ahead.
And then after the CX-50 is going to be our next model, which is going to be the CX-70. The CX-70 and the CX-90, which is the next one, are siblings. They're on the new large platform rear-wheel drive architecture. I don't know if y'all got to experience that.
No, we haven't yet.
Take the Miata and just put 3 rows.
I've heard that, and I'm going, okay. I got to see it.
You have to.
You got it down there?
We do. We have both of them here.
Oh, there you
we
go.
have the plug-in hybrid option, which is all new for us, and we have our inline 6 developed in Japan as well, all in-house.
Very nice. Yeah. And
Give me the 6.
what'd you say?
I said, give me the 6.
Give me the
Any
6
day.
all day, any
The
day.
inline 6. And these guys know this. I am an inline 6 guy. I'll take an inline 6 over a V8, and I'll hop that inline 6 up, and I'll beat that V8.
Are you listening, Dylan? You hear that? He's a V8 Chevy guy.
No, yeah, well, I am that, but I prefer the inline 6.
That smooth, perfectly balanced,
Yeah.
streamlined drive.
Because that's what I got.
Yeah, I mean,
I opened up the hood of an old pickup truck, and it had a 235 Blue Flame 6 in it, and I probably doubled the horsepower in that thing.
he was 40 whenever he did that.
I was not 40. I was like 16, but that's okay.
We
You
won't
can
talk about
pretend I was 40. All right, so you are a product specialist
Yes.
and a salesperson,
And an
but you're not
enthusiast.
selling these here. Because I understand that, the whole idea behind this show is the fact that we don't want to pressure these people to buy a new car. Come learn about the car.
That's right.
Compare the cars. So the next question to you is, who is your biggest competitor?
Ooh.
Toyota?
You know what's really interesting about Mazda is we really straddle the middle between the mainstream competitors and really that luxury that market as well. Mazda is positioning themselves to be, nicer materials on the inside than some of our mainstream competitors like Toyota, Honda, Subaru, and kind of reaching for that premium status of Lexus, Acura, BMW, Mercedes without the price tag associated and with the expensive maintenance as well.
Very good answer.
Yeah, I like
Nice.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Can I get that in writing?
That's right.
Exactly. Well, and I think that's a good description because the ones that we have always driven, the mainstays, we obviously haven't driven the brand new ones, but the ones that we have driven are just that. Even the Mazda Miata MX-5. And we put those two words together because some people know what the MX-5 is. Most recognize Miata.
And it still is to this day how we all internally refer to it. Oh, you're
Yeah.
here to drive the MX-5? You mean the Miata?
Yeah.
Miata is always the answer.
Yeah, and I get the naming. No, I don't get. I've never gotten the naming thing with the alphanumeric stuff of any vehicle manufacturer because I'm old and I realize that. I want the Cadillac Escalade,
We realize it too.
et cetera, et
Yeah.
cetera.
The names. Mhm.
Yeah, that way. But so, which of all of those vehicles that you named is your biggest seller?
Oh, CX-5 by and far.
It really is.
By far. Oh, yes.
Huh.
The CX-5 sells 3-to-1 what the CX-50 does, just
Why?
for comparison. The CX-5 is really positioned to be the direct competitor to all of our other rivals, their compact crossovers. RAV4, CR-V, you could go Acura RDX, BMW X3.
5-passenger,
Correct.
2-row.
5-passenger,
Yeah,
2-row.
that's a real heavy. I mean, that's a very competitive segment.
Very, very competitive segment, and we have something that a lot of other competitors don't really have is a multi-link independent rear suspension on the mainstream side. And so for the CX-5 to have that and ride smooth without that luxury price tag is something that you really can't find in the market right now.
Interesting. What kind of engine? Are there options to engines in that vehicle?
In the CX-5,
Yeah.
you have the same engine size and pretty much same configuration, but you have naturally aspirated and you have a turbo engine as well.
Okay. All right. And how much horsepower do the two have? Do you know?
Yes, the naturally aspirated on regular fuel by itself makes 187 horsepower, 187 pound-feet of torque, and it's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. The turbo makes 256 horsepower on premium fuel and 320 pound-feet of torque. On regular gas, which it is engineered to run on as well, 227 horsepower.
I want the turbo.
I have a turbo, I'll tell you. In my Mazda 3 hatchback, night and day difference.
Yes, I know.
Wow.
Yes, I've
Iced tea.
driven the turbo and it works well. Interesting. Now, did you actually buy this car or is it a demo?
Oh no, I bought it with my own money. This is my third Mazda that I bought with my own money.
Did you get the friends and family discount?
You'd be shocked about the pricing for Mazdas. It's when you compare it to the domestics, I'll say, way less. And that's Mazda's philosophy. When a client comes in to any Mazda dealer, it's the same price across every dealership, and the markup is this little.
Really?
This little. 2.5%.
Kind of like McDonald's. You know what you're going to
You get the value meal. Yeah, basically. You know what you're getting when you walk in, and it's a streamlined experience, like a boutique. Take it off the shelf, take it to the register.
How is your inventory?
We are the largest Mazda dealer in the nation right now, and
Wow.
our inventory, we've got plenty. So come on down.
Plenty. We got plenty.
We've got
how many is plenty? Is
So-
that 5 or is that 50?
We've got a full front parking lot, and our building stretches, oh my goodness, it's probably over 200 feet long. And we've got a whole parking lot of CX-5s, CX-30s, Mazda 3s, CX-50s, hybrids, plug-in hybrids, everywhere.
Do you have storage lots off the main property?
Right behind us. We just built a brand new parking garage, and Jeff is very proud of it.
Yeah.
So they're not all just sitting out in the sun and the weather and the hurricanes and the snowfall.
There was covered parking at one point, and now we have a new open parking lot at the back, but that way they're locked and safe as well.
Does Jeff show up there every day?
He's there every single day.
Yeah.
One of the best people
Is he
I've ever.
right over your shoulder going, how dare you
What are you doing?
give that? Yeah, how are you doing?
Boy?
Yeah, exactly.
No, Jeff is one of the most down-to-earth, normal people I've ever met. And when you really, if you never really had experience with like owners or like just these like big, unattainable people, they're normal people just like you and I.
That's nice.
Cracks jokes, invites us up to his office. He'll come down and sit at our desks with us.
Cool.
Normal
Oh, yeah.
like us.
Yeah, no,
Not like us. There's nobody like us.
Not y'all. Not in wheel time.
No, yeah. We're the father time is what we are. And I think
Hey,
we're going to
hey, hey.
rename the show.
What was the dinosaur that you rode? I'm just kidding.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Mars, that's your next job is to find the dinosaur that we're going to roll out of here on.
And put a cable on it.
Uh-huh. Flintstones, meet the Flintstones at a monastery. Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right, everybody now.
Hey, sing along.
You know, I think that it's interesting that most people don't really know of the Japanese manufacturers. They know that Toyota is, but the others is kind of like Subaru's made in Japan. They're competitors. Mazda, Japan. And when somebody says to me, well, what do you recommend? I say, well, what country do you want to drive? Because the driving experience in each country is different.
You're correct.
Japanese feels different than German, feels different than American. Name it, whatever it is, and those countries have their own philosophy about designing a car and the ride. And if you're going to, in my estimation, if you're going to go look at a CX-5, then if you're going to compare it to other Japanese makers, well, we know what they are. But if you're going to compare it to, let's say, for instance, BMW, that's a whole different experience. Go compare it to the VW. If you're going to buy American, my God, all of the major 3 manufacturers have a competitor with the CX-5.
They do.
Go drive the competitor, the CX-5, and you're going to find a different driving experience to each of those because they're designed, built in a different country. Yes, some of them are manufactured in the United States, but it's the way they're designed.
Right.
Okay, and I will tell you that driving all of these cars that we drive, one different one every week, you can really tell the difference. Not that one's better or worse than the other. It's just the style, the feel of the car when you drive it down the road. If you're a real car person and you're looking to get into the driving experience of, say, a Mazda CX-5, drive it. Go compare it. You may really get off to the way that the Japanese design their cars. I do. I bought a Lexus that I fell in love with. This was years ago. Fell in love with that thing. And but that was, the wife drove it. You know, she loved it and resonated with it. Whereas if she went for the competitor to it, whatever Chevy was making at the time, totally different.
Yeah.
And I would suggest that to anybody that asks me if they're going to shop the car
Right.
and drive it. Treat it as a different thing. Take whatever it is that you're driving, put that aside, and go in with an open mind.
Right.
Find out what country you want to drive, and then compare the two.
I'll tell you, just to give you a little glimpse into Mazda's philosophy for their vehicles, one little instance of this. Every single button in all of our cars is programmed to have the exact same tactile feel across all of them. The window switches, the AC controls, and it's that attention to detail that the Japanese focus on and Mazda technicians and engineers really hone in on, because that shows everything that we care about our vehicles. Every car is carved in clay before it ever goes into production by Takumi craftsmen in Japan. Every single one has human soul in it. And so that's different when you're talking about, well, maybe it's not the most spacious, maybe it's not the most economical, but it's the design and the purpose and philosophy in our cars which really drives our customers.
And I agree. It's funny. Did you ever go to the, I guess it was when the MX-5 came out, and somehow, some way, I guess I weaseled my way into COTA, and they had a division race there of Miatas, a very competitive thing, and that's a whole other story that I don't want to get into today because it's too involved. But it's a whole culture of Miata people, and here's the engine. This is the engine I've got in this one. This is the engine I got in this one. We all compete. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, we did a couple
when they designed that Mazda Miata, the new one that you're selling today, they look at your driving position behind the steering wheel, because I don't know whether you were paying attention to it. Most people don't. You actually don't usually sit directly behind the steering wheel. You may be off an inch, sometimes 2 inches, but you're sitting back far enough you really don't pay that much of attention. They do. And they make a big deal out of that. And they design the car around the driver's driving position.
Ergonomics.
And it was amazing to hear the engineer talk about that.
And that philosophy is called Jimba Ittai, which translates to horse and rider as one. The car should be a natural extension of your body.
Where is your display?
We are located right after Honda, and we're right behind Subaru as well.
So you walk in the front door, and you just kind of look either side, and you're right in the middle.
You go in the front door to the left all the way back and look for the big Mazda sign, or if you're in for
very
beer,
good.
we're right next to the beer garden.
And how can you forget
Beer
Britton?
garden.
The beer garden.
Beer garden.
Britton, it's great to talk to you.
Of course, thank y'all so much for having me.
Hey, thank you. We really appreciate
Nice work.
you.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Yeah, very much so.
Very informative.
We'll tell Jeff. Send you again.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Take care of yourself. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank
hey,
you,
you
sir.
can get the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 through the Odyssey radio app and the In-Wheel Time app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. Podcasts available from your favorite podcast provider. And we video stream our live weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Hey, I want to remind you that next week we'll be back in the Sugar Shack studios with more of your favorite features and Zoom guests, so be sure and join us 10 to noon. This is a little bonus hour that we're doing, so we've kind of shuffled some things around, and we wanted to take this time to do what we normally do in our 2-hour show, and we do Hemmings.com Sold Cars Roundup. And the difference today is going to be that Donald Armstrong, your man about town.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. Has figured out a way to put pictures with our little game that we play.
Wow.
And so the game that we play is, Mars, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
No,
Absolutely.
you're not. You're over there looking at download speeds, and you need to calm that down and pay attention here.
I'm paying attention.
All right?
You need a quarter?
No, I don't. But so we guess, as to the boys guess, how much these cars sold for. You're included too, David. So
I'm
turn
here.
on your microphone.
I'm here.
All right.
Kylie's right there. Kylie can guess, too.
Oh,
All right,
you
so-
want to get on?
How much do you think a 2006 Cadillac XLR V sold for on Hemmings this week?
Not enough.
Now this is based on a Corvette chassis that Cadillac built for a few years. It is a 2-door little sports car, 2-seat convertible. Okay, cool looking. So how much do you think? Come back over here,
Hey,
baby.
look at it.
9,000.
How much?
9,000.
9,000?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Jeff?
I'm gonna go. It's probably gonna be high, but I'm gonna go 32.
Oh,
32?
cow, wow.
Okay. And Mr. Mars, how much do you think?
I'm going to go 16.
What do you think?
Again, closer to his guess of 18.
Kylie says 18.
18? It sold for $37,013.
wow.
Yeah,
You
take
go,
that.
Jeff.
Whoa! I'm gonna tub it out when I get it.
Yeah. That's a good-looking little car.
Yeah.
It really is.
Unfortunately, it had the North Star engine in it,
Well,
and
it's
it
still
just
a
didn't
Cadillac.
resonate
Well,
with
you
Cadillac buyers.
Tub it and put the LS in
No,
it.
that's
All right,
it.
moving on.
All right. Here's one that's a little bit earlier than Kylie has been around. I don't think her mother was born in 1975.
No.
So this is a 1975 Chevrolet Caprice. Do you remember the Caprice? Great big sedan. Now this
Yeah.
is a 2-door, okay? A 2-door big
Boat.
boat is what
Is it
it is.
convertible?
It's convertible with wire wheels.
Yes, it looks like it's a convertible, and it's got wire wheel covers, I
Right.
think.
Yeah, because I had
And-
those on my nose.
And white walls. So how much do you think that would have sold for? Now, let me just say this. I'm going to give you a little hint. This is a car that has either been restored or it's all original with low miles and really looks
A
nice.
little TLC on it.
Yeah, a little TLC.
I'm gonna say 18.
18.
25.
100 or 1,000?
1,000.
25.
Now, David
12.
just said 25.
I would 18, 25.
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
12.
You went 12?
Well,
Kylie says 22.
It sold for $29,400.
Jeez.
I win.
There you go.
Okay, now here's one that Kylie would really like this car, I think. It's a 2003 BMW M3. It's a 4-seat, really a 4-seat sports car is what this is.
Yeah, but you don't use
Yeah,
that.
it's
And it's a convertible.
2.5. Don't believe him on the back
Okay,
seat.
well, don't confuse the issue.
Sorry, what year again?
2003 BMW M3.
13,000.
16.
You said 13?
13.
David said 13.
I say 16.
You say 16.
I would go 15. David knows all this
Well,
little weird stuff.
you guys are all in the same
Kylie?
tub. It sold for $14,175.
I think that was her guess. 14,
Did I win?
So,
I won. Again.
Now let's go back to the boat era, since we got the auto boat show.
I
Right?
know about those.
Here's a boat.
an
A
Oldsmobile.
1976 Oldsmobile 98.
yeah, baby.
This was about as big as they ever got. Okay, a 76 Olds 98. It's a coupe. It's a sedan. It's a 4-door sedan. It's a hardtop.
With the opera window, fender
With the
skirts.
opera window
Oh,
back
yeah.
there, and it's got the fender skirt on it. This thing is as ugly as the day is long.
And I think those hubcaps they each weighed a ton.
And the color is beige.
Yeah, baby. Beige vinyl, beige interior,
God.
brown.
If you want to get boring,
11,000.
beige will do it
11,000.
for me.
I'm going to go 9.
You may like beige. I don't like beige.
I like
Yeah.
beige.
What'd you say?
It's
Does it gotta-
skin colored. How's that?
It
He
needs
said
a
11. I say 9.
Oh, I was going to go 12.
It needs
How much?
It needs a propeller.
yeah, pretty much. It would
11.
sink immediately, but so it's sold for $10,605.
I went 9. You went 11.
10,605.
Wow, we're all
Well,
in
it was
there,
close.
man.
We're doing
That's,
well.
that
3,
thing there,
so-
that would be a perfect hot rod tour of Texas car.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. You
Okay.
float down the
just,
road.
Next
yeah,
up-
just sleep in it.
Next
You
up,
would-
now, let's
You
go.
don't need a hotel.
Let's go to the hot rod tour stuff. 1972 Plymouth Cuda. Not Barracuda, but a Cuda.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Perfect.
Okay, 72 Cuda. It is red in
Perfect. Thank you
color.
very much.
It looks like it's stock.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
could be a
Well,
Got a
it
sunroof
very-
in it.
quite several different things there.
ooh, there's some pins.
All right, I'm going to.
Oh, West Point. Thank you, West Point.
Thank you, West Point.
It's all good. Yeah, appreciate it.
Sunroof. You got white interior buckets.
Yeah.
Man, there's so much variation.
Now, it
between
is a 72 Cuda, so
Yeah.
that alone, despite the fact that it may have been crunched and repainted, whatever, it's
Yeah.
still a 72 Cuda. But what I'm doing is I'm hinting to you here that this is not so much the attention to detail of the car. We don't know. I don't know all of the details about it, but it is a 72 Plymouth Cuda.
got
Just
a
keep that in
sunroof.
mind. David, your turn. How much?
19.
He said 19.
I was going to go a little higher, but I'm not. I'm going to go 17.
Mars,
24.
37
Wow.
275.
Oh, so it is kind of hot
Man.
rodded up.
Damn.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
look at
I
the
mean,
scoops.
you could have a 6-cylinder all the way up to a.
I know, and we don't know what it has. in it.
360.
Wait a minute.
It's got a
wait
sunroof.
minute.
It's got a
no.
sunroof.
What does it say on
Are
the
you
hood?
It
cheating?
just says CUDA
CUDA TA.
TA. Yeah.
That's a 340.
All right, so it's
If
got
it's
a
a real
small
TA,
V8.
it's a 340.
All right, I got to stand up for a minute.
All right.
So here we
Next
go.
one.
Here's your next one.
Here we go.
A 1966 Ford F100. An F100.
It's a good looking truck.
It is. It's painted white with a black bumper, and clearly it's been restored somewhat. I don't know. I wouldn't call it a resto mod, but
Y'all okay?
1966 Ford F100. David, did you see it?
Can't see it.
I saw it on the back of the paper there.
There it is, right there.
Ah,
Got a picture of that?
Good looking.
Mars, what do you think that went for?
12,000. 12,000.
12,000. You going to go with 12?
You
Mars?
Took mine. You took
What
mine.
did you?
16.
16.
17.
17. It sold for 18,375.
Wow.
I'll take it.
Nice.
I know, I would too, because it's
would.
nice. I don't know if it's got a V8 in it, but it doesn't mean difference. I'll take the 6 or the 8. Doesn't make a difference. And here's Jeff's car.
Yeah, baby.
Oh,
This is the last one of the morning.
Cadillac.
A 1989 Chrysler LeBaron convertible.
4,000.
Oh my God!
Priceless.
That's Jeff.
What'd you say?
Priceless.
David says 4,000.
I'm going to go 6.
Jeff's going 6.
Michael's going.
Mars.
I would say 3, but it's a convertible, so I'll go 8. I'll give it a little
You
break.
can have that car for
I
$4,300.
I should have went with my first guess.
Oh my God!
Go with your first choice.
But you know what? It's clean. I would drive it.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Just
my
for the heck of
God.
it, I'd buy that car and I'd drive it today.
Yeah,
Seriously,
you-
I would.
you would.
Look at it.
I understand.
White on white convertible with a white interior.
That'd be a chick
oh,
magnet
yeah.
for you.
It would be.
You'd be like Bernie with he's sitting in the back going,
That's right. I would. Oh my God. Well,
That was fun.
nobody said we didn't have a good time on
Yeah,
this show.
really.
Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. And be sure and follow us on Facebook and YouTube and all that other stuff. Back in a flash.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000 square foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. It's time for the 47th Annual Corvette Chevy Expo in Galveston, Saturday and Sunday, March 15th and 16th at the Galveston Island Convention Center. This premier indoor event features iconic Chevrolets, from classic Camaros to America's sports car Corvette. See over 135 displays, automotive vendors, and unique finds at the expansive swap meet. You'll also see the all-handmade Galveston Craft Show, featuring over 100 local artisans. Be part of this Chevy celebration, March 15th and 16th. For tickets, visit CorvetteChevyExpo.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.